So now we're gonna go back to Tim Whiskeychan. How are we doing over there, Tim?
I'm just doing great. I managed to finish about 6 paintings. Today I'm just going to show you what I discovered. I'm not sure if I used to look at other artists painting with their brushes, but in my case I wanted to do something different. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I do. I dip the goose feather. It's not the tip of the goose feather, it's the inner feathers over here, because they're more supple, you see. And what I do is I dip my paint. I make a striation of paints. I pour paint on the plate, then I dip my feather. It's very colorful, see? Then what I do is I stamp it. One. Sometimes I sing. I may be a singer too. Then I'll just tap them. I listen to music when I paint. I listen to traditional music sometimes, contemporary. I just enjoy music, but in this case, I can't. Then once I dip my feathers, I make this form, and I use my brush. I take the black and the red, makes kind of brownish. You notice what I don't try to waste napkins. These are good kind of blue. I use napkins, this kind, because they absorb better. So when I'm done with my stamp, what I do is I just paint the face. And it all comes from my memory. It doesn't typically tell you who it is, but this particular guy is the chief. Since we had the Grand Chief on the stage, so I got inspired by his words. So artists sometimes get moved by listening to people. That's the importance of being an artist too. You collect stories, you listen to people's stories. With this one, it's very simple. This is how I make my bracelets. And I mix with the blue and the red that I dipped in there. And I could just make something, 2 colors. See? Then I wipe it off. Then I'll put the yellow and the red. I'll try. Then I'll put it around his. Then, finally, I'm going to be done. I liquefy it, meaning I make it a little wet. Then I put more water. So I do a wash for the skin tone. See? See how simple this is? That's one way. Is there any questions? So, this one's for sale. We're going to have an auction maybe. And the other interesting that I do, I'll show you, is, look at this. This is how I create my flowers. I make sounds too. Look at this, see? Then I use my index finger or one of my fingers, then I just go, See? Oh, goose feathers we can use. So this is one way of using goose feathers. And I discovered this technique. One more thing. There's another way of doing this. I usually use the tip of the goose feathers because some of the geese feathers are more sturdier. So with this one, what I do is I dip it in black a bit, and I just make the stem. Look. it's okay to be shaky because nature is rough, right? It's not an excuse. Nah. Okay. And what's interesting about this, what I do is I take a I do digital artwork. I take a photo of it. I scan it, and I have an app there that I can reproduce these, like 5 in a row. I could make a scarf instantly. I could have a company reproduce this, just right there. That's how fast technology works.
Wow.
So, I'm just gonna flip this over, make a stamp. And the last thing I would like to show you too is how quick I work with watercolor. This is all acrylic. So what I do is I mix my blues. Let's say this is the water, okay? Let's go like this. Then I use spray just to make a texture, like snow. Then I use the yellow and the black. I make my trees, look, see? And to make them grow, you just spray it. Look, it's gonna grow. Just gravity. Sometimes, hey, I made a teepee by accident. Then I can go more further with it, except, let's say I want to make the tree higher. Look, see, look. Huh?
Wow.
Magic. Then, again, remember I told you the stiff goose feather? I kind of dry it because it's a bit too wet. Then I use my goose feather up. Look. See? I'm getting shaky. I don't know why. I'm nervous. No. You just stamp it. Look. Look how easy your trees could be. Huh? Look. See? Where there's trees, there's crease, they say. I heard someone saying that. There's no crease when there's no trees, right? And finally, there's always important what our elders would teach us. Son, make sure you go home before the sunset. Water. See? Simple. I know it's simple, but with practice, I guess you're curious how many years I have. I must have at least 40, 45. My parents said I was an artist since I was way high. So it must have been 5. So I'm 56. So 51 years of art. So I'm never tired. I'm never bored. I love doing art. So, over there.
Thank you, Tim. That's awesome. I used to, there was a time when I did art too, Tim. It was the first edition on the, the dictionary, the Cree dictionary.
Yeah.
I was a young man that time. And one time I received from the mail, I didn't know. They picked my art. I was just sending it out. And they sent me the first edition of the Cree dictionary. And on that, they said I had one. Yeah, that was the first one. I don't know if you remember, there was a green cover. I think there was a moose there, right? Yeah, so that was me back then.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that artist was.